He's been waiting to entertain you
here on your radio. Curtains going up on yours truly, Rockin' Ron Sedaille.
Showtime!
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome to Fun Tower Kitchen. My name is Rockin' Ron Sedaille, in case you didn't know that. And today I thought we would make an Ollie burger. Now, some of you in southern New England probably know what an Ollie burger is. When I was a little kid, we used to go to a restaurant every now and then called Lum'S. And Lum'S had an Ollie burger on their menu. It was like nothing that I had ever had back then, and I've had nothing like it since. It was a burger that was just loaded with different herbs and spices. And back about 10 years ago, a guy gave me a recipe, and he told me that this is the original recipe for the Ollie burger. So I looked at him and okay, fine. So I took the recipe and to be honest with you, I stuffed it in a drawer and I forgot about it. This recipe is incredible. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 21 ingredients. 21 ingredients. Now, I'm going to air this video whether the Ollie burger comes out good or not, because I haven't tried this. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to mix together the marinade, and we need to put that in the refrigerator and let that set for a couple of hours. And we also have a bun sauce that we have to put together. So let's get started. I just want to show you that I wasn't kidding. Look at all these ingredients that we're going to use on this Ollie burger. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix together our dry ingredients. We need 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of paprika. We're going to use our smoked paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of ground coriander, 1/2 teaspoon of cornstarch, a tablespoon of ground celery seed, a tablespoon of ground cumin, a tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds, tablespoon of crushed red pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a teaspoon of black pepper. Now the dry ingredients call for 2 crushed beef bouillon cubes. I'm not going to use those. I'm going to use something that I have here called Better Than Bouillon, which is basically, it's a liquid, and it's made from roast beef base. So we're going to put this in our wet ingredients. So we'll just take this, whisk it together, get that nicely mixed. Okay, now for the wet ingredients, we need 6 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Before I forget, let's put our Better Than Bouillon in. It calls for 2 bouillon cubes. So I'm going to take that as meaning about, that's a heaping tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. It actually smells pretty good. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm using Maggi here, which is a product of Germany, and it's basically, I think it's better than soy sauce, but you know, use soy sauce because that's what the original recipe calls for. 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of steak sauce. I'm using a London Pub, by the way. 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil. 2 teaspoons of Heinz 57 sauce. And then 2 teaspoons of cider vinegar. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix these wet ingredients together well. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to slowly add our dry ingredients in and stir. Make sure that everything is well mixed here. Slowly mix in the dry ingredients. Okay, our burger sauce is mixed and it is in the refrigerator. Now for the bun sauce calls for 1/4 cup of Miracle Whip and 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. For some reason, I could not find Miracle Whip in the grocery store today. And so I'm just going to use 1/2 cup of regular mayonnaise. Probably should use the Miracle Whip if you have it, because Miracle Whip is a little sweeter and a little tangier than mayonnaise. So we'll go ahead with 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. It's about 1/2 cup right there. 2 tablespoons of orange French dressing. A tablespoon of sweet relish. Teaspoon of onion powder. Teaspoon of white vinegar. And a teaspoon of ketchup. From the refrigerator, we need 2 tablespoons of our Ollie marinade. And then we'll put that back in the refrigerator. And then about a tablespoon of Montreal steak seasoning. And then we're going to mix this all up and refrigerate it with our marinade. We will see how it comes out. So I didn't have time to head on over to West Side Market on the other side of the river today, so I stopped into Stop and Shop, and they had some of their store ground chuck, which is always very good. A lot of times their meat comes from a distribution center. You can always tell that it's from the distribution center when it has that wrap across the top that you literally have to, it's sealed to the styrofoam container. This right here is store ground chuck, and this is about 1 pound. So we're going to make 2 half-pound Ollie burgers. Make sure they're the same size, because you don't want your guests complaining, you know, that one person got a larger Ollie burger than the other person. You're liable to start a riot. So, remember, we form our burgers with the size of our bun in mind. I think I'm going to continue to do videos throughout the summer on different ways to make hamburgers, because it's, you know, there's so many different sauces and ingredients that you can put in the meat. So I thought that would be kind of a fun thing to do, you know, go out and do some grilling and come up with some different ways to make hamburgers. Our marinade's been in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Everything is married together nicely. So we're just going to take some of the marinade, put it on the bottom, and then put our burgers in there. And then we'll pour the rest over the top. We want these burgers to sit in the marinade for about 10 minutes. I mean, you could literally let them sit in the marinade for a couple of hours if you want, but these are really strong herbs and spices in here, so I think 10 or 15 minutes will be sufficient to let these burgers marinate and get all that nice flavor for our Ollie burgers. So normally an Ollie burger is cooked on a George Foreman type of two-sided grill. And I don't have a George Foreman grill. I didn't feel like buying one because I don't know if I'd ever use it again after that. So it's important that you put a little oil on your grill here, because there's a lot of sugar in the Ollie burger marinade, and we don't want it to burn. So we don't want it to be overly hot, and we want the grill to be nicely oiled. This is going to cause a little bit of flame. And we're going to cook them for about 2 minutes on each side because we want our burgers medium rare. So you cook yours accordingly. So we have our Ollie burgers here. We want to get as much of that marinade off of it as we can. And then we're just going to lay them on the grill. Like so. There's actually enough marinade there for 4, maybe 6 burgers. So we're going to close the lid and we're going to go 2 minutes. It's been a little over 2 minutes. I'm going to say, let's go another minute. Just turn them and we'll go another minute. Okay. Looks nice. We'll go with 2.5 minutes on this side. I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling that I'm going to prefer cooking them this way as opposed to in a George Foreman type of grill. I think these are going to come out pretty good. So I'll just flip them one more time. And my friend, my connection that passed this recipe along to me from supposedly a guy who owned a franchise of Lum'S in Massachusetts, he told me that the cheese that they used on the Ollie burger was mozzarella. I was a kid, so I don't really remember. All I know is, to me, they tasted fantastic. So we're going to put a couple pieces of mozzarella on there. We're going to back our flame down to low and let that cheese melt. All right, these are ready to bring in and plate. They smell fantastic. Okay, time to plate. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take some of our bun sauce, spread it nicely there. Some on the top and some on the bottom. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our nice juicy, these are half-pound burgers. So nice juicy half-pounders we'll put on there. And then we will lay a couple of nice, these are kosher dill pickles, sliced thin. Shout out to Jack Gerling, Jumpin' Jack. He loves pickles. He actually posted on one of my YouTube videos how much he loves pickles. Right, Jack? Jack loves pickles just like Wayne loves garlic. There we go. Doesn't that look beautiful? So way back in the 50s, there were 2 guys, Clifford and Stuart Perlman were their names. I think they were brothers. Clifford would later go on to be the CEO of Caesars Resort in Vegas. But before that, he opened a restaurant called Lum'S. It originated in Miami, Florida. And then he franchised out, and they had them all over America. They had one in Rocky Hill, not far from where Walmart is now. And on their menu, they had an Ollie burger. And as a kid, I loved it. So I thought we would try to recreate it. I have no idea what this is going to taste like. So I want your honest opinion. I'm a little nervous because this was a lot of work. Wow.
Does it taste close like the burger that you had as a kid?
It does. It does. I think I nailed it. There's like 21 ingredients in the marinade and the sauce for this. This is a winner. The Ollie burger. I highly recommend you make this. This is fantastic. All kinds of great flavors going on there. Thank you so much for watching Fun Tower Kitchen. We'll catch you next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and what do we tell everybody to do?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands and keep your fingers out of your nose. All right, folks, we're back. What did you just say to me?
This burger's a definite 10.
Definite 10. Did you hear that from him? A definite 10. So you want to try this. Try an Ollie burger, and you're going to love it. Thanks again for watching. Bye.